our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm going to be bringing another project, and it's going to be a shadow box, but it's going to be a shadow box for Halloween. And I'm going to actually be creating a sticker to go inside as an insert to the shadow box. I have a coworker who is just crazy about Halloween, so I decided that I could make her a shadow box to put on her desk. So I got this paper pad from Amazon. It's Miss Katie's Cuttables. So it's a two-sided paper that I'm going to be using. I don't know. I think I just picked out two because I didn't want to confuse myself. I think I'm going to use this paper, but for my shadow box, no, I want this to be the bottom. Not that you're going to see this, so it really doesn't matter, but I want the bats to be on the outside. So I'm going to cut this paper down. This is going to be a 4x4 inside, so the interior will be 4x4. So I've got to cut this according to this 8x8 so that I can build my 4x4 shadow box. And then I'm going to be also showing you the sticker that I did that goes inside, because she actually has another, she says something all the time at work. So I'm going to start first by cutting down this to size, and then I might make another shadow box off camera using this paper. So those were the two I chose. And for the interior, before I get cutting, I apologize, I will probably be using some of these stickers, but I just got to see how big I want and what I want to do, because yeah, I just got to figure it out, because I hadn't thought about the second shadow box, because you got to put some thought in this. So I only thought about the first one. So I'm going to let that to the side. So I got this here. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this, the works board, to cut down my paper. Again, you know how I feel about manually cutting, but I've gotten better, a little more confident in my cutting skills. So just want to cut this little border off. Okay, not a lot. Get rid of that. So I'm going to go to 8 inches. So we'll cut that and save these scraps. Okay. And then another 8 inches. If you were worried about directions, if this was going to be something you would see in the inside, then you would have to be worried about directions. I am going to try to keep it straight and directional with the people. That's 8x8. Yep, 8x8. So that's my first step. So I will be mindful of that as I create this box. So to create the shadow box, as they say, analog, not digital, I'm going to be using the punch board by We Are Our Makers. So the first thing I'm going to do is score here and do 4 of these. I stopped making my Christmas ornaments to loop back to Halloween, so I'll get back on that. But for now, this is what I wanted to do, because it's it'll be September here shortly, and I wanted her to have it for, you know, in September for October. Okay, so we're going to score. So the first step is, once you cut your paper, then you use these 3 lines to score. I got something on that score. I have yet to make a sleeve because I'm having so much fun just making the boxes. And you're going to score all 4 sides. And just take your time and get all 4 of them. And then just turn it and then score again. Whoop. I was going to get my finger in one of those scores. And then I'm just going to really take my time. Okay, and then turn it again and score. Oh, is that right? Let me make sure. I felt like that paper shifted. Okay, it did shift. Can I fix it? See if I can fix it. Because I felt like it looked like that paper shifted. And that would have a direct reflection on the square for one of your side channels. So, okay, hopefully I can get it to work right. Alright, let's make sure I don't let the next one shift. If I don't like it, I can just recut another one. I think there's another one in here. I can just pick another one. Oh, make sure to put a hole in that. And just take your time scoring. Okay, so that takes care of the scoring. And that looks like you can probably see it better on the back side, that you got 4 score lines on all corners. And then this center portion is where I'm going to stick a sticker. Okay, I'm going to turn this over. I don't usually do that, but I'm going to turn it over. So we can now punch. Let's put that back on board. Okay. And then let's move that up a little. Let's stay in camera range. Got that. Let's move that out the way. This little thing does not want to stay on there anymore. Okay. So now when you punch, you're going to punch one side. So you're going to punch up to here. So get that in there. And then you're going to slide it over until it can't go any longer. And then punch again. And I'll give you this. You're going to flip it over. Get it up to this where it can't, push it up where it can't go anymore. Make sure everything is aligned. Punch. Slide again. Whoops. Till it can't move anymore. And punch. Then you're going to turn it over into the opposite side. So we're going to do that for now. And then you're going to punch again. And that's how it goes. I have been looking for this in my Cricut. Like, I'm pretty sure someone's done this in the Cricut. And I would like to do that in Cricut. But that's why I said I'm doing this analog, not digital. So if you were going to use this as your, like, so that I wouldn't use that because it doesn't care which way the bats go, you know. But if you were going to, you'd have to be mindful of how the people are going to go, because some of your people, if you flip that inside, is going to be upside. That's fine, and that's fine. Oh, and but these guys are upside down. You know what I'm saying? So I am going to turn it so the people are in the inside, and then the bats go like that. That would be cute on its own. But hang on to the scraps. So now I'm going to crease these. So I'm going to start at the top and crease those. And then I'm going to really take my time and crease these really well. And yep, crease those. I like to put that bone folder back just in case it's not hanging out, and it'll just be on board. But I use this one a lot. Okay. So then crease the other side. The back. Yeah, I can't believe we're going to be in September, and the next thing you know, it's going to be Halloween. I just can't believe we're headed into fall after a long, hot summer here in Mississippi. Let's put that back. So here's the other one. I'm going to do that. And let's make sure I get that crease in just right. I had been making them and I've gotten a little less attentive, and some of my mitered corners aren't looking as sharp as I like them. So I'm just really being mindful of where I crease and how I crease. So get that go. So yeah, do it big for Halloween, man. We really do it big. Okay, and then make sure that looks good. Yep. See, that's off. See, I can tell that's off. That looks off. That doesn't look square, y'all. It doesn't look square at all. Okay, we'll see if we can make it work. Okay. All right. So that's how it's going to go. I'm going to turn the people facing up. And then I'm going to curl these up, get that paper trained. Hold on. My dogs are barking. I'll be right back. Okay. I had to pause because my husband has taught the dogs to howl when a train goes by. So they were howling. So I am fiddling with this because I'm going to kind of do like a dry fit. So basically you just curl these under and curl that one. And I need to make sure this is straight and curl that under and curl that in. Okay. Because this doesn't look, see, I'm going to say that, alright, I'm looking down at this one. So maybe if I look at it straight on, just to make sure it looks square. So I want my corners to be nice and flush and tight as can be. Now it could just be that it's curling up and I haven't glued anything down yet. But that's what I'm kind of making sure that everything fits snugly and that the paper will do what I want it to do. Now I just think this is because I haven't glued it down, but that still looks weird. Like that part, like right in there. But I'm gonna make it work. All right, and then my corners are gonna go in like that. Okay, so that's pretty good. I was looking at this and I was like, oh my god, that would make a nice shaker. If you had some bats in here, and then you could make a little shaker. That would be really cool, like some bat confetti, and then that would make a great shaker card. Like a little thing on the desk. Okay, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I am going to use a little bit of combination of score tape, liquid glue, and I've got my liquid glue here. And then I got a glue gun for my corners because I want these to be really snug, and I don't have the patience to wait for the glue to set for these four corners. Okay, so I'm going to pull everything apart. And then before I start gluing things down, I want to shift and get my sticker printed. So I'm going to shift my focus and move on over here. Oops, that was my glue. I got a new glue gun, by the way, and I'm going to see how it works. I've never used this one before. This is my new glue gun. And it's wireless, and I got it off of Amazon. So we'll see how it works because I needed a little finer tip to drop a little smaller drop of glue. So I'll be using that for the first time as well. I'm going to bring in my iPad, and hopefully this translates. I've never actually used my iPad on camera, so I'm hoping this translates really well and you can kind of see the program that I'm using, because let me show you what I purchased. I purchased this little printer, a Liene, let me get that in focus, a Liene printer for stickers. And I like using my Cricut and my Joy for making stickers, and I will continue to do that, but this is like really quick when I want to get just a sticker sheet out, and I don't have to pull out my Cricut, get the stuff on the mat, get the laminate on. This sticker thing makes laminate stickers. So that's what it looks like in the inside. It makes laminate stickers. It comes with this little housing for the paper, and then there are reviews on this on YouTube. I'm not gonna, it's not what I'm doing. And it goes in here, and you load in your photo paper. There's paper specifically for this. It's got the ink cartridge on the side right here where your ink goes. Let me turn that up. The ink goes right here, and then it prints, and then it cuts on the back side. And then it has a little mechanism right there that cuts the stickers. So, and then this is magnetic, and that goes on the back end. So that's what I'm going to be using, and it comes with its own software. I prefer if it came, like had a desktop application, but it only has an app, because I'm a girl on a computer. I grew up with computers, grew up typing, so the apps are, you know, it's okay. So I'm going to show you what I did for her, and then I'm going to reset and then get this going, and I will watch the magic happen. I'm going to pause the video and come back, reset. Okay, so I've downloaded what I had created for my coworker. This is her favorite saying, "It's fine, it's all fine, that's fine." And she has a hairless cat called Bambino, I think. So I did a little had a little assist from the AI, and to draw this graphics, and then I just uploaded it to the software. I've meant to do some more, because I did it as wide as it could go on here for this this picture. So it kind of, you know, the software is kind of familiar to me, like Design Space, so I'm not overly it didn't take a big learning curve to get this done. But I think what I want to do is see if they have anything for Halloween, so I can just add some other stickers, because I only need one of those, and I might do two, but we'll see what happens, what I can find, if I can find anything for Halloween on their app. I just wish they had more stuff that you can choose from, or bigger catalog, basically, is what I'm hoping that they'll develop. So I'm just going to look for some stickers and just add it to the canvas that I think that I might like, or she might like that. I like the spider. Let's see. Okay, add it to the board. View. Okay, I added more than one. So I'm going to delete this guy. I'm just going to delete that one. So that's what this guy's going to look like. Okay, my pencil, I don't think my pencil's charged or something. So its width is 1.57 by, and the height is 1.3 inches. So I think that's going to be fine. So we'll go back to elements. I can't believe that it doesn't take you back, or if it does, I don't know. I'm still learning this software. It's not that bad. It just doesn't take me back to where I was, I guess. Or maybe I did something. Alright, I don't like that purple. Let's see if I can find a bat. Ooh, she might like that one. Add to the board. The color is fantastic. I've been using these stickers, so the color is pretty fantastic. Okay, keep looking. Keep looking. I'll just keep looking. There's the bat. Okay. Add the bat. She might like the eyeball. She's got a weird sense of humor. Okay, I think I'm good. Oh, there's some other bats. I'll grab those. I like the let's see, the ghosty, the spider, the skull. Don't know. Maybe the werewolf? Okay, we'll try that. And I might just be making some for myself, for crying out loud. Okay, so that's going to be good. See, I didn't want to just print that out. I needed to fill the paper. Paper's, you know, it's the specialty paper, so I want to make sure I fill it up. So what I'm going to do next, now that I have everything on here, I'm going to click Make It. That sounds familiar, right, guys? So I'm at the top. I clicked on that. And what I'm going to do before I print it out is just make sure, like, see, this guy's touching that guy. I think that guy looks good. It's going to tell you it's offline because it's not on. But before I turn it all on, I'm going to go back and I'm going to move this guy over a tad. Move this guy over. Move you down. Just make sure nobody's touching. Okay. Okay, I can't really see if that guy's touching, but I think everybody's touching. So these are the cut lines. So the blue lines are the cut lines. So I think I can make that a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go back and then just bring that out a little tad. It's not quite 4x4, but close enough. Okay, so let me turn this bad boy on. Okay. And I'm going to see, I'm not sure if it's on my phone or if it's to this. And you guys, I'm not an iPad person, quite frankly. So pull it out of camera range. So yeah, I'm an Android person all the way. But I make it work with the iPad. Yeah, at least I get some use out of it. Okay, so I think it's all set and ready to go. Alright, so we're back. Okay, so now it says it's back online. I think I'm gonna move this guy down because see, I don't trust that cut line. So let me go back, move you down a little, and move you down a little, and then make it. That's the only thing. You have such a small area because I'm using the paper size is 4x7, so it's not super big. But I'm going to see if I can stretch this out a little bit more. Let's see what it looks like. I've never like tried to go to the limit on this. So okay, look, see how that's that. So back again. I just try to be mindful of that. Not that you care all about that, but it's just me. It's a Brenda thing. Okay, that's better. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, so it's gonna save it before it cuts it. So what I'm gonna do is load this paper tray. So this is the paper that it comes, that you purchase. So it's the specialty paper. It slides into this slot at the bottom. So you can't see it because it's kind of off camera. I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to bring this in a little so you can kind of see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should. Okay, let me just bring this up a little. There we go. Smooth that out the way. I have a limited spot on my desk. So the paper tray went right in here, so you load it like that. Then I'm going to select cut, and it said it successfully saved it. And then it's preparing the print. So she'll get this plus 4 stickers. And then it's transmitting to the machine. It's really nice. And then it's doing its thing. And hopefully, maybe I can turn it. Okay, so I'll leave it like this. I'll bring it in so you can kind of see what's going to come out on this end. It's fascinating. So it's laying down the yellow first. And it's going to go back through, so it says printing yellow, and then it's going to print the next color. And then it's doing the magenta. It looks weird, and it looks like it's going to not come out, but you got to trust the process. And then it's doing the cyan. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now that it's doing that, it's laminating. So these are waterproof stickers. So it's laminating everything. And then if I turn it the other way, it's gonna, whoops, it's gonna cut. Let's move that out of the way. I think hopefully I can slide this off so you can see that it's gonna cut. So now it's gonna cut. And it's pretty clever. I really didn't have to do anything. I think for me, in terms of quick sending out, getting quick stickers, because I love stickers and I love planner stickers, this was a lot quicker than what I would have to do on my Cricut. And I'm not going to say I love my Cricut and I love my doing stuff, but for me this is pretty quick. So I can do it before I go to work. It's pretty quiet. And then it says cut complete. And then I'm going to stick this back on there. And then that's what it says, cut complete. So I'm going to go home, and then I have plenty of projects. So I'm going to move this to the side. So, whoops. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you, like what I've been playing with. So I'm going to put my thing over the side. I am going to remove the paper. Turn this back around. So the little paper tray has its internal housing, and it just slips right onto this in there. So it lives in there, and then you close the unit up. And then I've made a special spot in my craft room where this lives. So I'll just put it back where it lives, and then that we can go on to the next one. So now bring it back down a little. This is the sticker. Oh, look. I left the pumpkin man. And you know what? I'm going to leave the pumpkin man in there. Oh, let me go back and redo it. But I like the pumpkin man in there. If I move them off to the side, I might be able to make it work. But let me see if I can fix it. I didn't notice that, and y'all didn't say anything. If I put the pumpkin man right here, how about that? I don't know if he fits with the aesthetic. But that kind of gave me an idea. So I guess you can layer stuff up, so I didn't do that. Okay, let me see if I can add the pumpkin man here. So we're going to see, I might have to move somebody. Because he's in, let me see now. See if I can rotate this guy. Can I not rotate it? Come on. I can't. Okay, there we go. I can rotate you out the way. Whoops. Put the pumpkin man here. I don't think he's going to fit. I might have to make him smaller. Because I just don't want him to have a problem. I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. Just a tad. if I can fit Pumpkin Man in there. Pumpkin Head. I don't know if anybody remembers that Halloween movie called Pumpkinhead. I got Pumpkinhead in the way. I really like that. If I had noticed that, I did not see that, he would have been fine over here. But that's okay. It'll all work. It is all good. Let's see, let me do make again. Let me see how it looks. I think I cut the eyeball off, so I gotta go back. I wondered what that was. Okay, so Pumpkinhead, yeah. Okay, let me go back. So you need to be a little bit smaller and come over and come down. You need to be a little bit smaller, come down. I'm just trying not to waste paper. And I'll give her that sticker. You know, that's like a cat, like a reject or something. I'll just give her that one. And it's like, hey, just made this extra one. This was my mess up. Because I don't waste that stuff. I just give it to people. And because I'm not perfect, so she'll love it. Okay, so see, he's too far up. I always double check those cut lines, man. Because I don't want to have any problems. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna when I get satisfied. See how he's gonna. Now that wouldn't be such a problem. See how they're all connected right here. So again, just gonna maneuver people over. Bring you down just a tad. Can I move you over a little? Again, you're working with such a small canvas. I mean, that's what that is. So that's all you're working with. But that limitation is not enough for me to not use it. One more. See if I just make, well, okay. You're still off the page, but that's okay. Only you and I know that. Oh, he's still kissing the guy. Okay. It's not the end of the world, Brenda. It really isn't. Let's see if it likes that better. I can't believe I left the pumpkin head in the way. Okay, that's good. This will be just a little slightly smaller. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. Whoops. I gotta get the load the paper. Okay, paper's in. I'm gonna come back when this is finished. Okay, so this is this. So I can't believe, I mean, I guess it would be great because it would be like, it's fun, but I'm going to give her this one and then I'm going to give her this one. So I'm going to give her this entire sticker sheet, but I'm going to use this one. So before, I'm going to, just to make sure, I'm going to be carefully laying this. I'm going to turn it on the other side. Just take it off of that. That should work before I put it in there. I probably could have did borderless printing too. I forgot that there was that feature. Okay, so that's how that's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Grab a few things that I'm going to need, that I think I might need. I've got score tape here. I'm going to use tape runner and liquid glue, I think. So I'm going to add a little bit of tape runner here. Again, not my comfort. And then I'm going to add liquid glue as well. That'll allow me to reposition if I need to. And then I'm going to very carefully fold this over. And then I'm going to be very careful to make sure that the bottom of that hits that up to that score line. Then I'm going to press down, make sure I get it good, and then I'm going to bring it back up. Okay, so we're going to do the other side as well. Do the same thing with the liquid glue. So I'm going to fold it over and bring it down and make sure I can slide that over and make sure that the cut edge, that mitered edge is up to the score line, and then when it is, you can fold it down and lay it flat and then bring it back over, and then it's nice and square. So for the two sides, so again, this is going to be my keeping the people oriented always. I'm going to take a little bit of tape runner. No, I'm going to use score tape for this one. So I'm going to grab some score tape so it can hold better. I think that's what my problem has been. My glue I haven't had a long, some adhesive. I guess I should have measured that. I just cut it off. I'm going to put it right below the score line, the score line. I'm going to cut it off. I didn't measure that right, but it'll be all right. I didn't really press down yet, so I can't get a chance to pick that up. I'm going to go ahead and lay it on the other side. I'm going to also use liquid glue as well to secure. Now you can figure out how you want to do it, whatever works for you, but this is what I have been doing. Guess it went up the side and it wasn't supposed to, but that's okay. I'm just going to use anything to burnish this. Alright, put that in there. I'm going to pick that up. Let me, while I'm sitting here, I don't know what the heck was going on with my pencil, but I'll put it right there so it'll charge. Maybe it just wasn't thing. I don't know. I'm not an Apple person. So I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't mess with that. I'm an Android girl, but I do have this iPad. Okay, so I'm going to fold this up. So the idea being is you want to make a square tube. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cooking, get these in between these mitered sides, and I really want to make sure I get my sides down. Okay, and that came right on up. I want to make sure I get this as crisp as possible. While I'm waiting on that, let me turn on the glue gun. I've never used it before. Let me put that over here so I won't get any glue on my project. I've never used this gun before. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Because then when I hot glue it, I'm going to put hot glue right in here and make sure these are flush, like it's a square. So I want this squared off. Shit. I just remembered. Oops, you guys didn't hear that. I was supposed to put my sticker in. Darn it. Before I glued everything. Fudge. Fudge, fudge, fudge. Okay, let me see if I can roll this guy back up. Fudge. How's that gonna work? Because I did make it where I could put my sticker in first and then glue it. Let's see if I can still. Fudge, fudge, fudge. And I did got that. Darn it. If I hadn't pressed that down really hard, I would have been able to get my sticker in. Damn it. Okay, so I constructed this entire box without you guys seeing it. So I had to go and recut another one so you guys can see it again. Because, and I did that, and then I didn't put my sticker inside. So before I glued the sides up, so yeah, not happy with myself. So I'm just going to redo it. And then this time I just chose the kids paper. I'm having a moment today, apparently. Having a real moment. But this happens. It happens to the best of us. Oh. And so we'll just soldier on. And then I can turn that into my shaker box like I was initially thinking that would make a great shaker box. So apparently I've had this happen again. This is like the second time I've had this happen where I've had an idea and then my brain has just ran with it. So we will obviously do that. Okay. My Penny, go ahead, Penny. Penny is in the room with me. Come here, Penny. Come this way. Come on. She is a character. Be right back. Wow. Penny, my Penny monster hurt my husband, and she wanted out of this room. Is it me, or just it always looks crooked right here? It's not straight. So if that's not straight, your box won't be straight. You know? It just looks crooked. It looks crooked to me, but what do I know? Like if that's not square, if that last one's not square, then your box won't be square. So I don't know. It just looks weird every time I look at it. It doesn't look as even, but Willie says I can't cut straight and can't see straight, so that's his opinion. And sometimes I'm inclined to agree with him. And I don't have my glasses on right now, so. Okay, so this is where it went wrong in the first, when I did it the first time. So the kids are going any which way on the paper by design, so that's not going to be a big problem. I glued my sides down before I put the sticker in, so let's do that now and get the sticker in place so I won't have that big boo-boo. And I'm just going to get as closest to the score line as possible and try to make sure it's pretty fairly even. So now, oh crap, you can't see that, it's fine. Crap. Okay, so I might have to make it smaller, not bigger. Crap, you can't see that, it's fine. Crap. Again, this is the first time I've done this. Now you can see, hopefully you can see that's fine. But you know what? I don't know. I think I got a thought. I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, you can't see that's fine, and you can't see it. It's fine. Darn it. Can't see that, so I'm gonna have to make that smaller. So, but this is fine. The box is fine. This is fine. That's fine. This is fine. Yeah. Actually, I think I like it. She'll get the humor out of it, because that's what happens at work when we've got to do stuff. I really want that one in there. Okay. And I think the kids will be fun. That's fun. Because the cat looks annoyed. I'm surrounded by kids. That's kind of why I kept it. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it that way. Now, if I hadn't had the words on there, it's fine. What I'm gonna do, this is my thinking. I know how wide this is, so I'm gonna just get that and make that a sticker and put it up here, and then make that a sticker and put it down here, and then that's how I'll salvage it. So it'll be in there. So if you're in the know, you know, but that's how I'm gonna salvage that. So I'm gonna just go back to the app, crop out this part and crop out that part and make a sticker here and make a sticker here. That's how I'm gonna do it. So I told you I'd think about it, and we're gonna soldier on. And I kind of like that it's in there, and then if you kind of tilt it, you can see it. So we're gonna make that work. Okay, I'm gonna make that work. or make that work. So I end up with two of those. So I'm going to just glue my box. And then I just need to make sure I get everything, making it look straight. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to unfold that. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to take this tape runner, and then I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to take some liquid glue and do the same thing, just so I can, before I commit, it'll be down there fine. Okay, it's fine, that's fine, it's all fine. Yeah, didn't think about that when I did the sizing. But again, you guys remember, I didn't do this beforehand, so you're seeing me work it out. Because normally I'd do a prototype and I would have worked that little refinement out, and I didn't do it beforehand because, you know, this is just how I'm just crafting these days. So you're going to see warts and all. Oh, come on. Okay, great. Wasn't straight when I did it. So that's why I put that glue on there, so I could have a little bit of wiggle room to move that around, because it should be able to go flat. I should be able to flatten that out like that and not have any issues, and then flatten it out that way. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to do the same on that side. A little bit of tape runner. A little bit of glue. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Fine, fine. I can't believe I did that, but that's okay. You get to see the warts and all. The unplanned moments are the best, and then you can figure out how you're going to get yourself out of a bind. There we go. And then that's going to be great, and then I'll just have a thing here. That'll work. It's going to work out just fine. So then I'm going to use a little bit of score tape on this as well. Now this is where we'll do that. Yeah, make sure. I didn't look up. I just started talking, you guys, and this has happened. I'm sure any YouTube content to know who's doing a recorded and not doing anything live, that sometimes you forget to hit record, and then you're so where I'm going to put this is that score line here. I'm going to put it right above that score line. So I'm just going to bring it up to my face so I can kind of see it, because that's pretty dark in there. Yeah, oh, right there. Okay, perfect. It has happened to me on more than one occasion. And we're doing a lot these days, so my brain is on. I've got menopause brain, just gonna say. Can I say that? I have menopause brain. I'm gonna admit it. I do. Okay. So I'm just gonna use whatever I got on hand just to get down there and furnish the score tape a little. And then on the top of the score tape, I am going to be using liquid glue. So, oh, let me take that cap off. I'm gonna turn this back on. Okay, got some glue stick down in there. Yep. And the reason I'm turning on the glue gun is because, and then I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue on this, just to help it secure it, and then if I have to roll it up. So now you just roll it into a square tube, and I'm going to roll it in like that. Make sure it's in there, and I'm going to lay this flat so I can kind of see it. And then I'm going to do the same thing and press it down. And then I'm going to be able to scooch it under this, like that. Just like that. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to use that hot glue on these 4 corners, these mitered corners, so I can, because I'm impatient for the glue to set, and it doesn't want to set quick. So I just saw someone else use the glue gun, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this is where it's getting a little squirrely. So I need to make sure the inside of that, and it's harder to do on this side, is up like it's supposed to be. Yep, it looks like it. And then I can lay that down and then lay it flat. And then scooch it underneath the mitered sides, like so. Yeah, you act like you don't want to play with me today. It's not that difficult, y'all. I swear it isn't. It's just getting it tucked in. Just getting those sides tucked in. And then there I go. And then I got a box. There we go. And then I got a nice box. Whoop. So now I'm going to take one side and then I'm going to put a little glue right in there. Oh. That's why I got the silicone mat out. And then I'm just going to make sure I close these sides. So I'm bringing it up to you guys so you can see me close that. Actually, that makes a pretty nice spooky spider web. Okay. Then I'll go and do the other side, like right in there. And then close that side off. And I'm trying to get it down in there in case it oozes out. It's fine. It's all fine. Down in there. I'll drop a glue. Do the whirly whirl. And hold that edge. And then that's why I like the liquid glue, because it catches really fast. I mean the hot glue and not the liquid glue, because it catches that edge really fast. And it sets up really fast. So let's just get this one tucked in. This one seems like it's a problem corner, and I don't know why it's a problem corner. I got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. No, we don't. I'm gonna make it work. Something, okay. Okay, there we go. I just had to hold it. Just gotta hold that corner. Perfect. It's not 100%, but I'll take it. Oh, I see what the problem was. That edge, that it didn't catch. Okay, it's all good. I'll make it work. All right, so that took longer than I anticipated, but I got it done. Let me turn that off and put the cap back on. Let's clean that up. Just don't want to have any big buildup. And that's not actually overly hot, so I'm not burning myself. Just want to make sure it stays nice and tidy. And then, you know, can kind of lay it down like that. This is pretty nice glue gun. I like it. I'm going to take some distressed ink, and I'm going to distress these and smudge this up a little as well. Get those kids dirty. And then I'm going to go back, and you'll see the final product. I'm going to go back and do, I think this is, I'm going to cut out some words. Where's the ruler? I think this is an inch, half inch. I think this is a half inch right here. Yep. So I think that's the edge is about a half inch. So I'm going to do those words and put it here and here. And then that'll kind of go with my theme. And give her the stickers. So if she wants to decorate it with the stickers, she can or not. And I think that's going to be great. I might end up putting a little hint thing, some gold twine or some black twine right here, so she can hang it up on her desk. So I think that's darling. Yeah, I can't believe I jacked that side up, but that's okay. That's all right. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you allowing me to see. This was the original box. So this will be a shaker. This will, I can actually do some characters in that if I want. And then this is the one I'm going to give her. And like I said, I'm going to take some distressed ink or some ink and ink these corners up and make it a little smutty for Halloween. And do that, and then you can decorate and do anything you like. I'm sorry. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, comment. Give me some ideas and some suggestions. I have one more I think I'm going to make, and it might be a little bit smaller than this one for myself to put on my desk for Halloween. And because I have some paper I can use just to make a little bit smaller one. And then I can figure out if I can use one of these to make a smaller one based on my paper size, so I can make a rectangle. That's what I'll do to use up some of these scraps. But here's all my scraps, and I'm going to think about a scrap busting project for these guys. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, and I'll think of something else. I am going to probably bring a jewelry project because I need to do something with jewelry, and I haven't done that in a while. But it's not going to be beaded jewelry, because usually I did like I made this one and this one. So I usually do beads off is like what I used to do, but I love paper products. But I think I got another idea to make some jewelry, perhaps some earrings, and I'm working on that right now, or a necklace. So we're going to work on that, and then I'll be presenting that to you guys just to keep it fresh. So if you have any comments or suggestions or anything, again, like that you would like to see, just let me know. And I'll catch you guys next time.